First tonight, days after two bridges were washed away, Scotland's Deputy First Minister has promised more cash support for flood-hit communities in our region. On a visit to Annan today, John Swinney saw for himself the devastation left behind by last week's heavy rain.
However, in Dumfries, some business owners say the promise is simply too little, too late, and are taking their own steps to protect their livelihoods. James Martin has our main story this evening.
Far from the bustle of Holyrood and the global spotlight of COP26, John Swinney spent today in Annan, the Deputy First Minister pledging to support flood prevention over the next decade.
The government's committed over the course of the next 5 years to spend over £40 million each year on these flood schemes. We've done that for a number of years. We've supported the construction of a whole range of flood prevention schemes, and will continue to do that in the years to come.
Swinney added that local authorities need to work closer with volunteer groups in flood-impacted communities to increase dialogue and find solutions.
Well, we've got to make sure that we've got the resources in place that can address local needs. There's also got to be a prioritisation of individual schemes to determine what are the best and most appropriate schemes, and the ones that have got, frankly, the greatest urgency about them.
However, in Dumfries, White Sands businesses say the time for talking is over.
Would you walk away from all of this? After all these years, would you walk away?
I've got a bit of emotional attachment to my building. I've been here for 36 years. I started here when I was 16, and then I bought it, and then I started trading in 1994. So there is that emotional attachment. Maybe sounds stupid to people, but yeah, I would walk away. I would move away.
Yvonne is also worried that the foundations of her building, along with others throughout White Sands, are being eroded and damaged.
I've even thought once before, if they just took the buildings away, relocated, there's lots of empty shops in Dumfries, because at the moment, if I want to sell my building, nobody will buy it.
Just a few doors down, other salon owners are also growing weary of flood damage despite relocating to try and dodge rising water levels.
Well, I have to say I'm used to it now. It's the 9th time the waters came into my property, whether it's been 34 or number 8. So it was just, holding tight and panicking and just thinking that we need some help here.
When river levels began to rise last week, one White Sands store owner had to put his self-designed flood prevention system to the test.
We put the door in here, we have brackets for that, and the same on our other door. We have pumps which go in the well here, and then pumps in the back which feed to this well, and any water that comes in is pumped immediately out of the shop. So we managed to keep most of it out, even when the water's at a fair height.
Greenwood added that he will be adapting his unique system as he believes floods in White Sands are only going to get worse in the months and years ahead. Management at Ivano's restaurant behind me have told ITV News they have lost thousands of pounds worth of equipment in their kitchen, and some of their staff are still off sick with bacterial infections from the rising floodwaters. James Mann, ITV News, Dumfries.